Hi everyone, let me share with you some networking tips as an IMG. Coming here in the US, I don't have anyone I know in the hospitals here, so I had to start from scratch. So far during the interview season, I received 3 interviews through connections. I also found a lot of doctors here who helped me with proofreading my CV and personal statement, and it is all through networking. So here is what I did. So, number one, ask for recommendation from your attendings you encounter from the hospitals or clinic where you did your observerships or internships. By far, the attendings might be the most helpful since they've been in the industry for a longer time, and of course, they have established connections with the other attendings and the department heads in the hospital. Sure, you can ask for a letter of recommendation, but if you are in luck, they might know the program director somewhere and you can ask to put in a good word for you. This may be a bit intimidating, but it won't hurt to ask this. So, this is a very helpful way to do networking. Number two, connect to current residents or graduates from your home country. I spent a lot of this, and luckily, I got 2 interviews through this. I joined a Facebook group from people applying from my country, introduced myself, and connected with people there. Might be a bit stalkerish type, but it's not usually that because they are usually the people who are very willing to help as they know the hardships of being in this journey. I asked them to put in a good word for me, and some of them are willing to do this, landing me an interview. Some people would say no, of course. They would say they recommended someone else already, but that is all fine. It won't hurt to try. Another thing I did was for the programs I am applying to, I look at the roster of residents, then when I see someone from my home country, I look them up on LinkedIn or I look them up from the Facebook group I am into. Which brings me to my next networking tip. Set up a LinkedIn account and connect to doctors there from the program you're applying to. LinkedIn is not as popular in my home country, but this is one of the most useful professional networking app here in the US. And a lot of US doctors are in LinkedIn, and this is a good way to connect with people. You can connect with them and then chat with them as well. I sent a message of introduction to people here through LinkedIn. I was able to get 2 research collaborations with a cardiologist, which was very helpful for my CV. I also found residents here that gave feedback and edits for my personal statement and CV. I tell you, they are very willing. There are people who are very willing to help. Of course, mostly IMGs because they know the hardships of being an IMG. So, number 4 is connect with your co-applicants. Whether it is through rotations or as anonymous as Reddit, it is very fruitful to connect with your co-applicants. When I got here in the US, I was trying to find USCE, but through networking with other applicants, I was able to have referrals on where to do my USCE, where I don't have to pay much. Sometimes if you do pay at the third-party companies, you have to pay double or triple the price for when you have a referral is always good. And I was also able to do practice interviews with people applying in IM. It is always good to connect with other applicants as they might know some helpful facts or tips during the application season as well. It is just giving you a feeling of that you are not alone in this journey. Go connect with other co-applicants, especially with, the same specialty you're applying to. And then 5 and last one is connect through people during meet and greet. Programs are hosting virtual meet and greet sessions, and this is when you meet the residents and sometimes the PD or APD. They also usually give out their email addresses here, especially for the chief residents. They do that a lot, although they would ask if you have questions and then you can email them. So although attending virtual socials, of course, would not guarantee you an interview, this is a good way to connect with people in the program itself. There was one time when an attending for the diversity and inclusion in one of the programs I wanted to be into was there and gave out her email in case we got questions. I did send her an email with the question I had. She responded to me and told me if we can talk on the phone so she can explain her answer better. And we talked for a while, and eventually she told me that she will be recommending me to the PD for interview. The following day, I got an interview for the program. So it is a good way to connect with people. The fact that it's a meet and greet with the residents, they want you to meet and know the program more, of course, but also meet the residents who you will be most likely working with in the future. So that is good. So point is, networking is very important in the match. It would, of course, not 100% guarantee you an interview. None of it will. But you never know how influential can these people be during the match and during landing an interview. And it is just very worth it to give it a shot. Of course, your scores, CV, personal statement would matter, but in a pool of thousands of applicants, I think having a connection with people in the program can still make a difference. They can put in a good word for you, they can vouch for you, and of course what they say matters because review committee in the program knows them well. So just give it a shot and network. So if you have any questions, please comment down below and I will try to answer it if I can. I hope this was helpful and good luck everyone.